Hey y'all, so it's currently December 1st on Monday, and I ain't doing it, so I just wanted to record and just say hey to y'all and give y'all a little update. So I just got back on Sunday from traveling 2 weeks, from Oklahoma to Florida, from Florida to Texas, and Texas back to Oklahoma. 2 weeks riding on a greyhound bus. So that whole experience, the travel, it wasn't bad for the most part. I got some stories to tell y'all though. Like, on the way there, the ride was pretty cool. Like, we was chilling, had my own seat. Okay, so basically here I'm dancing to Mindless Behavior. This had to be like maybe 4 or 5 o'clock p.m. and I'm just giving it all I got. Faces, energy, gangsterlicious, beautiful princess vibes, yes. So I'm all into it. I was sitting by myself, nobody was next to me. I'm looking, ooh. The sun was setting, yeah, getting to it, yeah. So this is just me. I wasn't gonna add this part. Oh, look at the view, y'all. Beautiful. Look at that. That was my view. Very, very beautiful. But this is just a little snippet of what I was doing while everybody else was either asleep, on the phone, or doing their own thing, and I'm just dancing. Anyways, back to the video. I had my iPad. Y'all, I got an iPad case. So, it's her, and she's real cute. But, y'all, I had my tablet, I had my bag, I had all my little stuff, I had my snacks. I was good. The only thing about that was the transfer times were so long. One of the transfer times had me, you got out the bus at like 10, you had to wait until like 2, 3 in the morning at the dirty bus station. So you had to stay awake because if you fell asleep, you missed the call for your bus, and then you gotta buy a whole nother ticket. They leave you, and then you stuck where you stuck in like wherever you are. Say you like in Atlanta, you stuck in Atlanta until you buy a bus up to another ticket. And then I just messed up the whole travel. So I thank God that I was able to make it to every destination. We was in Atlanta, Houston. One of the buses took us to New Orleans. And actually, a few months ago when people were talking about the Hurricane Katrina thing, like the story, they were talking about the Superdome, and I saw like pictures of it on some lady's like video, and then I got to see the Superdome. We was downtown because you know the bus stations are downtown, and we passed by the Superdome. It was so nice. It was dark, so like it was lit up, and it's a Superdome, Caesar's Superdome. It was very nice. Seeing that in person was just like wonderful, and you know it was cool. Like I said, a lot of the bus stations had people sleeping on the floors. It was really secluded seating. You had to sit by a stranger in their backpack. A lot of people did not smell good. A lot of people smelled really, really smelly. The bus in itself was smelly because you're in a whole bus and it has a bathroom. Gotta hold on to the little bar and try to let relieve yourself, and the bus is shaking. That's how the bus was shaking. How that water bottle fell that's holding my phone up, that's how the bus was moving. Like, just doing a lot. Like, you were doing too much. Like, bus driver. I had different bus drivers with different personalities and different patience. Like, different, oh my gosh, like, my patience is running, like, low right now based off the fact that, like, my phone wants to be a jerk. But this is one of the hoodies I got, y'all. It says Texas 1848. Shout out to my granddad for buying it for me. But girl, it's 44 degrees outside. It's 40 degrees in right now. I gotta edit that out. But I gotta wear my super big coat. Security. I can't even wear my regular coat because it's so cold outside. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm not doing nothing. I just wanted to record and tell y'all about my experience. Don't get it twisted. It was cold out there, but it wasn't too cold. When I got to Florida, it wasn't really cold at all. So I had like summer-ish clothes. The sun was out. We was chilling. Got to see my dogs, my babies. You know, my mom's dogs, Ginger and Rocky. Look at my baby. Look at Ginger Butt. Hi. There's Rocky. His girlfriend done left him, and he's like pacing around right now. And Ginger's licking her paws. And Rocky running around. And then there was another dog my mom had found. So we were babysitting that one. Her name was Lucy, which we found out her name's Harper. I told you, give me my money. And you up here playing with me, boy. You playing with me, boy. We gonna give me. What's up? What's up? They gotta bite it out of you.
Okay, girl, what I told you about playing with me, bro. Move, bro. Oh, you bite me in my dang mouth, bro. Move back, bro. Nah, God, you playing. You told me I was your only puppy lover, and you playing with me. I'm gonna hit you in your face. Oh, bro, get off me, bro. I'm not playing with you, bro. Don't make me turn big dog on you. They're looking at me. Okay, and what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Exactly. Nothing. I'm bigger than you. I'm bigger than you. You're little. Yeah, walk off. Yeah. You don't want so we was like babysitting her. It was so cute. Just like having 3 dogs was chaotic. Like I wanted to sleep in my parents' den. The dogs wanted to be right under me. Of course, Ginger and Rocky haven't seen me in a month. Really longer than that, but they barely see me or barely have seen me. So they're whining. They're so excited. I spent time with them. It wasn't really nothing to do in Florida. Like I went mini shopping, but I couldn't really do as much because I only had limited money. Now when I went to Texas, my granddad got them bucks. I don't know if y'all see my vlog I posted, but my granddad got them bucks, so he let me get whatever I want. And honestly, I've never had that before. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Y'all probably like, well, you're not used to people spending money on you. People have spent money on me, but it's either buying what they think I want or just buying like 1 or 2 things. My granddad bought me a lot of stuff when we went. I didn't even know what I wanted. That's how unused to it I was, you know. And then on top of that, I got spending money before I left. Like before I got back home, I got spending money. And it's not to brag. I ain't here to brag or nothing. I'm just telling you all my experience and how it was. Like when my grandma passed away, it was weird because I was here. I was making TikToks when I got the call. And then I told my aunt, and then she wasn't doing too good. So I was like, dang, I was sad. But I had to hold in my cry because, you know, I'm a gangster, you know. And then when I got in here, I bawled my eyes out. And then my mom called me, told my grandma I didn't make it. And I'm like, dang, you know. And I know the reason why. I'm not here to tell all the business. I told enough already. But it's just a sad thing, you know, losing a family member, especially one that was so close to you. But I'm good now. Her obituary is somewhere in this room. I don't know where, but we chilling. At this moment in time, everything seems to have slowed down, and in a sense, I still get to breathe and just, because when I tell you, my mama, I love my mama, but she get on my nerves with all that. Like, if y'all mama anything like mom, she does this thing where everything is like, their nerves are bad. My aunt's nerves are bad too. They were telling me how I need to get myself together, trying to give me advice on what to do moving forward. So I'm just like, that's a whole different story. But all I know is what I was told from God was totally different from what they're telling me. So I know who I'm gonna listen to. I know who I'm gonna listen to. I know who I've been listening to. So yeah, keep that there. So it just shows me how it is for different people that like don't have faith. I can see it. Because for them to say I'm not doing anything, my family's talking, oh, you're not doing anything. But I mean, I came down here with a changed mindset. I'm able to talk to y'all without getting offensive or offended, without getting defensive or being smart, having the attitude like I used to do. And you telling me I ain't doing nothing, I'm doing the same thing. Maybe from your eyes, but I definitely matured. We're not finna take that away from me. All glory to Jesus Christ, of course, but I'm just saying. What? I'm not gonna tell too much, like I said. I'm gonna keep it short, but that Greyhound bus is crazy. Like, one of the stories I can give y'all is when I was on the way to Texas, I was sitting across from this man. I didn't get his name. I think his name was Shane. I was across this man, and he just got out of jail. He's been in jail since 2006. Please tell me it's recording. He was in jail from 2006 to like 3 days before. So this had to be like Tuesday or Monday. And he was like, hey, ma'am, you know how to do this? He was trying to set up his little card. And I helped him set it up. He didn't have a phone or nothing. Like, he was fresh out. So I hooked up his thing, told him how much money he got, because I didn't want to know. You know, I thought it was a courtesy. It was his money on his card. So he was like, I'm going to buy you something at the store. I was like, you don't have to. He's like, I insist. You help me. So then he bought me some chips. And then there was another man that ended up sitting next to me because I had my own seat at first. Then another man came. He was telling me about how his family liked to travel and how they went to cruises. He has a lot of grandkids. He has a lot of daughters, this and that, showing me pictures. That man, I hope you see this video, sir. I don't mean to talk about you, but your breath was kicking. And I tried so hard not to say anything to you, but you were you were kind of close to my face. And another thing with those buses, they're so close. I was sitting with another older gentleman, and he was tall, so he was on the outside. He didn't want to sit inside, so his arms are all on my side. Like, this is my side, and his arms, okay, wait, this is basically, pretend like you're next to me, and my arms is like that. I had to put a water bottle because he was all on my side. I was like kind of squished to the window a little bit. I'm not even exaggerating, because your girl got like a little gut now, so I got a little bigger. So, you know, he's all taking my secluded room. I'm trying to watch Sinners the movie. He's looking on my iPad, trying to watch it too. I got headphones in. He's on the phone the whole time. Then he snuck. I'm gonna be quiet. But yeah, if you know, you know. I'm not gonna say that part. I ain't gonna tell too much. These people be watching me. That was a different story, but you cool, sir. It's so many stories. But yeah, back to the man and his family. He was cool. He talked a lot, and I wanted to listen to music, so he was talking, but it's all good. And then a homeless man came on the bus, and he didn't smell the best. He lit up the bus. It was smelling so bad. I know now that I could have moved seats, but I wasn't thinking about that. I had a mask on. I could smell it through the mask. There's this dude I was sitting by. It was like this taller boy. He was like 6'4", bro. Dude was so tall. I've never seen someone so tall. So that was another thing. I was sitting by a super tall dude. And he gave me a piece of little peppermint chocolate. They were so tiny and cute. It was I'm trying to tell y'all everything, because it was like a movie. So then the bus stopped because this lady was having like a medical emergency. So we stopped in the middle of nowhere for like 30 minutes because we had to wait for the ambulance to come. And I kid y'all not, the man that was smelling bad, he reeked, and people was getting mad. This Jamaican lady started cursing this man out. Oh, I bet you can get a bottle, but you can't wash your body, you know, ASS. But I'm not gonna say that word. But yeah, she was going off. I felt so bad for the man, but he was so intrusive. And then he had, like, you know, he had a lot of rugs on him, and it was just typical weed, but still. And also, he put his paper of his medical things because something was wrong with them. So they, like, people, I think the hospital denied him of service because a lot of stuff was going on with like his teeth and stuff. He had a lot going on. I honestly felt bad for him, but another gentleman prayed for him, and he was talking to God too. So it was like, you don't know who God put in your path, man. It was beautiful. part of that was beautiful. It was also unpleasant. I didn't like the smell, but I'm not gonna complain because that ride was cray cray. So then they all got off the bus, and I was with another man. He was a fisherman. He was a shrimper. So I got to see pictures of him being on the boat, and you never know who you run into, y'all. A shrimper. And he was showing all the shrimp and stuff like that. It was crazy. And then we stopped again. We was at the store, and the man that was gonna meet his family that just got out of jail, he was happy, so he left. And then I got free fries. I didn't have no money, by the way. Like, I had like $2, I think. I couldn't get a sandwich, and from what's a burger. So some dude just let me have me and another gentleman have the rest of his fries. I was dogging them fries down. That man was actually pretty cute too, but we're not gonna talk about that. I just wanted to tell y'all that because I was definitely eyeing that man. Mind you, eyeing that man and was dressed how I was dressed, but it don't matter. But I was happy to get them fries. I was dancing. He's like, I like your energy. You're so goofy, you know, because that's really me. That's me. So there was another time, y'all. So I went to downtown Houston. This is like on the way to see my granddad. They didn't even have a bus station. They had a slab of concrete. And it was like 6 a.m., 5 in the morning. They dropped us off because they was like switching buses. People with Dallas got to get back on the bus. But majority of the people that got off the bus with me either got back on the bus or got in the Uber and left. I was the only one that had to sit for 3 hours downtown where homeless people were. So that was dangerous. But luckily, it was around the time where it got light quick. So I didn't have to worry about, like too much. And it was a building. I went across the street. I had my head on swivel because it was an old Starbucks. So I went over there. And I had my back to the wall, and I was just watching, and I talked to there was this, it was a grown man just right there. He seemed cool. We were just talking the whole time until he left at 7. And then by that time, I had 2 more hours, and people was already out there. So look at God, because I didn't know where I wanted to go. There was so much going on. The buses and how they do you. They just let you off the bus. That's pretty dangerous, especially with it being downtown and the amount of homeless people that ask you for money. And it's like, you don't have it. And there's no security around either. Also, y'all, there's no security. Like, no police, like, around. So make sure you don't get, like, beat up or anything. So, yeah. And I went walking somewhere, but I ended up coming back. Because I'm like, where am I going right now? The gas station was so far. I had to pee. The gas station was so far. I had to end up holding it. And then when I thought our bus was coming, I put my bag in the suitcase, and where the suitcases go in the bus. The whole time that wasn't even our bus. So I was holding my pee for like an hour maybe. And didn't have to. This is so chaotic telling this story. Then my granddad was mad. He was like, what do you mean they don't got no bus station? So then when he got to pick me up, I had to pee. Because it's always me having to use the bathroom. I drink too much of this. Mind you, I got 2 bottles on my bed. For what? Why? I don't know. But it was an experience being with my granddad, because that's the second time I seen him. The first time I seen him, I was 10 years old. I'm 21 now. So seeing my granddad was real cool. He's real cool people, He's very cool, very fun. Goofy is I don't know what, and cray cray. We actually talked. We talked some deep stuff, and overall I had fun. Even though my aunt and my mom and my grandma, not my grandma. See, look at me. My aunt and my mom were just acting like little kids the whole time. Wanting to ride, they just like they couldn't stay from each other. Big sister and second oldest sister, but they been like that. But I'm just saying, my granddad was like, oh, these daughters are mine, because in reality, I'm more mature than them. But they ain't nobody gonna say that. But I know it's true. And I ain't even trying to talk myself about it. I can tell by just how they was acting. But I enjoyed my little space and my little adventure. And I was like, I like traveling, but 2 weeks of that, uncomfortable seats, uncomfortable, like the buses would be shaking, your head going every which way, especially if you don't got no neck pillow. You cooked if you don't got no neck pillow, because you gonna be going like this. The bus gonna be like the bus gonna be shaking your head when you lay it on the window. It's uncomfortable. You have to lay a certain way when you're on the bus. There's a chair I'm gonna try to show y'all. Can y'all see me? So I'm not gonna do it. I was going to, but I'm not gonna do it. But you don't got that much room, just trust me. If you ever been on a Greyhound, you know you don't got that much room. But I think I got all my stories out. What's 18 minutes? Whew, y'all. That trip, those multiple trips on and off, the Greyhound, I thought my bags was gonna get stolen. I thought I was gonna get left. I thought I would have to pay extra fees for another bag. It would stink. It smelled like must at some of the train stations. People was looking at people weird, especially me. It was just, but that last ride on the way here, that last ride on the way back home was the most peaceful ever. The light, like certain buses, the lights don't cut all the way off, so the lights like stay up, but they don't cut all the way off. It's like a little dim light. This one was completely dark. Not only that, the seats were more comfortable, and I had the seat to myself the whole rest of the way, just like it was when I was on the way to Florida. My first ever trip on the Greyhound. Had my tablet, and I ended up falling asleep watching something. I don't know. It had Wi-Fi. That was the best thing ever, because I could use my tablet, I could use my phone, free Wi-Fi, compared to here where there's no Wi-Fi in this house. But I'm just throwing strays at everybody right now. Well, Thanksgiving was great. I got up, I did my prayer. I think that was the day I did my prayer. Or was it Friday? Before I left, it was Friday. Never mind. But I got up, and because praying, it still was mandatory. Even if I was on vacation or still traveling, I talked to God when I was on that bus, because I had to make sure He was the reason why I was even able to travel, to make it there safely. At every destination, I could say, thank you, Lord, that I made it here. Thank you, Lord, that nothing happened to me. Even if it was as simple as that, because it's not like I could whip out my Bible and start, but because my Bible was in the bottom of the bus. There was so much to be grateful for. Because people, like my mom, auntie, dad, grandma has always said, people are crazy. But I got a God. He'll show you crazy. I got a God, serve a God. He'll show you crazy. My father don't play about me. So what makes, I don't got that much fear in my heart for nobody. You can be crazy, but you ain't gonna touch me. So, okay. The sun out, y'all. I should go on that walk now. I'm just rambling though. I'm trying to make sure I said everything I needed to say about this Greyhound trip. Cause y'all, oh man. The trip was I'll rate my rides. My stomach is like doing the weird thing where it makes noises. 5 out of 10. It wasn't that good. Between the smell, the bathroom, someone blew up the bathroom in one of the buses. Ugh. I took courtesy of wiping the toilet and it did nothing. Y'all had to be there. I can still see it in my mind right now. Ugh. It was bad. It was so. And I felt bad for the people that had to sit by the bathrooms. I'm happy I didn't. And and I don't get to pick my seat, so in the last bus I was closer to the bathroom, but I wasn't like next to it. People was next to it. I felt bad for the people that was next to the bathroom. I was like 4 seats in front of it on the last bus trip. But even then, I was still good because nobody pooped. Nobody even really used the bathroom. Oh, I was so happy.
I was relieved when I was able to come home. But then I had to wait like 40 minutes for my family member that I live with to come pick me up. And you know, you're on a different people's time when you don't got no car. And that can be frustrating because you want to go when you want to go, but you got to wait for somebody else. Especially when you communicate and you text them. But okay, I'm not doing that. Thank y'all for watching. This is a little update, just, you know, update video on how my travel went from where I live currently to Florida, to Texas, back to Oklahoma. So if y'all like it, let me know if you ever rode a Greyhound bus. And how did you like it? What was your crazy horror stories, your crazy this and that? How did you like it? I should have got that boy's phone number. Anyway, that's it, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Oh, sorry, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. I don't know what that's going to be, but I enjoy making these videos. If it's not motivation, it's just me talking. If it's not me talking, then it's vlogs. If it's not vlogs, I don't know what you're going to get. But I hope you enjoy what you watch. See y'all later. If you haven't already, join the good side, the great side, the God side. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace. I'm gonna make an ugly face. Just give me a second. I gotta make my thumbnail. No, wait. I'm gonna make a different one. Hold on. This is so weird. Alright, I'll see y'all later. Time to eat some food.